I'm like, okay, it's not easy, but it is a method I haven't tried before. So, why not try it? Feel like I'm forgetting something, but that's kind of just my permanent state of being now, I guess. Oh no! Someone had a trailer flip over. Oh, that sucks. At least it looks like no one's hurt. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. A little bit. I have no idea if this is going to be usable at all. The audio might be absolutely terrible. But, hey y'all! I am AJ Reyes. If you have not been here before, I was posting short sketch videos, but it's been a minute. For those of you who have been around, you might remember this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next week. I will see you next week. This is me promising to you. I'm not gonna promise, because what if I break it? I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to hurt you like that. I can't swear either. This is me potentially being right and saying that I will see you next week. I'll see you next week. He, in fact, did not see you next week. I posted that on January 4th of 2021, and my next video did not go up until March 15th of 2021. And I think I posted 1 or 2 more videos after that, but not many since then. Ooh, what are they doing? Are they gonna help? Oh, I hope so. Anyway, yeah, my anxiety was just all over me. So, I didn't really post many videos last year. I haven't really done much at all. I feel like I haven't done much at all the entire pandemic, because my anxiety is killing me. I really have no idea if this audio is going to be usable at all. I could roll up my windows, but I don't have AC in my car, so it'll get hot real fast. Anyway, so yeah, I did not handle my anxiety very well. I didn't post many videos last year, and the reason was my anxiety was just so bad, and it wasn't even just about posting videos. It was mostly about not making money, honestly. My car is loud as hell when she accelerates. It's not her fault. But it wasn't just about posting videos. It was mostly because of money, and then that started to take a toll on me physically. My anxiety started to attack my body, basically, and I had a few health issues pop up. The biggest one, really, there was a couple of scarier ones, but the biggest one that has had the most impact is vertigo. And my doctor diagnosed me with BPPV, benign paradoxical positional vertigo. I might be saying it wrong, but I'll put it on the screen. And it's basically, when I move my head a certain way, little crystals in my inner ear move, and it makes my brain think that I'm not facing the right direction or something. And so that was fun, and then I realized I think that was it in the beginning, and then it quickly became about my anxiety, and my anxiety was making it worse. So it just heightened the vertigo, and now I think that's what I'm dealing with. I think I still kind of have BPPV, very gently. Some people can fix it real quick with a couple of physical maneuvers. You move your head a certain way and the crystals go back to where they belong. And other people struggle with it longer, and I am one of those people. So that's cool. I only half know where I'm going. I'm going a back way to get to the library, and I don't even remember if I'm going the right way. But we'll find out. So the vertigo was tormenting me for months, only getting worse and worse, before I finally, it started in March, and it wasn't until, October, I think, is when I finally went to see a physical therapist. And basically working with her and then talking to my doctor, I kind of figured out neither of them ever really diagnosed me with whatever is happening. My doctor said BPPV, but then they were like, is that it? We don't know. So I got an MRI, and they said that everything looked totally normal, and I'm like, okay, well, honestly, that's all I need to know. As long as there's not something pushing on my brain and I'm not dying, that's all I really need to know. And that's when I sort of calmed down, and my anxiety chilled out a bit, and my vertigo subsided heavily, and I was like, okay. I'd been suspecting for a while, but because I couldn't get myself to calm down, because I wasn't sure that it wasn't killing me, whatever was causing the vertigo, my anxiety was high the whole time. So figure out how much of it was vertigo. How much of it was anxiety. And that's the point when I realized, oh, now that I know I'm not dying and I can breathe again, it's anxiety that's making me so dizzy. And ever since then, whenever my anxiety is like really peaking, I feel like I'm dizzier than I had been. So that's definitely what it is. And honestly, I'm just glad to know that I'm not dying. Be helpful. Okay, I have to run into the library, so BRB. Okay, yay! I had to stop to check this out from the library. I'm gonna do an episode on my podcast about it because I'm in it. Anyway, I'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, where did I leave off? BPPV, also another thing that was heavily affecting my body. Towards the beginning of the pandemic, I started going on daily walks, Monday through Friday, for about an hour every day. I'd go on a walk, and I would stretch before and after the walk. So one day, when I was stretching, I like pulled a muscle in my hip flexor, and one of my hip flexor muscles, I don't even really know how to phrase it, but that was the first time that is that the first time I went to the doctor? No. That was the first time I thought about going to the doctor, and I think it wasn't until my vertigo started that it was like I was in pain in my abdomen and my vertigo was going, so I was like, alright, that's two things. Maybe I should go see a doctor, even though I hadn't seen one in years because I'm poor. But anyway, so yeah, pulling my muscle heavily affected me. It hurt really bad, and even now it comes and goes, and it's been about a year now. Okay, I did not think this through because now I'm going to be driving on a busy road, and so it's going to be loud as hell. Anyway, so yes, it's been a little over a year since I pulled the muscle, and every now and then it still acts up if I move the wrong way. So I haven't really stretched the way I want to, and that was a big part of how I was dealing with my anxiety. I was stretching and listening to guided meditations while I would do it, and that helped a lot. I would also sometimes lay down while I listened to guided meditations, but because of my BPPV, when I lay down, when I got back up, I'd be like, oh shit, and so I didn't want to lay down anymore. That's a whole nother thing. Maybe if you're interested in hearing more about that, let me know, and maybe I'll talk more about it, because there's a lot. It's a lot. Being dizzy constantly all the time is a lot. So let me know if you want to hear more about it, and I'll tell you more about it. But back to my anxiety. Those were holding me back pretty heavily, those physical symptoms. And it was tough to just even deal with that stuff, let alone try to force myself to make videos when I was also still not really making money. And I was all over the place. And then, getting back to my podcast, I have a podcast called Can I Bother You? You can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts if you're interested. I talk to someone different every week, every episode, about their job and their life and how they are getting themselves to do things, because doing things is hard. So you can listen to that wherever you get your podcasts. I'm going to record an episode soon about Alita Battle Angel, the movie that I was holding up a second ago, because... Oh, I'm stopped. I can hold it up now. This movie. Because I'm a background actor in it, and at one point I'm pretty prominently seen. When the movie came out, a bunch of people were messaging me like, hey, are you in this movie? So I figured I would do a short little episode about that because I can, and then also because I've been so crazy busy that I haven't had time to set up more guests yet. So that's going to be an episode, if you want to hear more about that. And I might post it here on my channel, too. We'll see. But Can I Bother You originally was hosted by myself and my roommate, Timothy. And we had a year-long run. We went one full year, and Timothy decided that would be the end of the podcast for him, just because podcasting wasn't for him. So I decided I'd go on alone, and I changed the format of the show, and I planned to launch it at the beginning of January of this year, 2022. But I got an opportunity at the end of November. I got a gig out of town. I was offered a gig out of town, and it seemed like something that would be really great, and I was eager to get out of my apartment because, I've been there for 2 years, and I thought it would be a good idea, so I went. I had to let go of a couple of gigs that I had lined up here at home, and I was like, it'll be worth it. It pays more money, it'll be a new experience, let me do this. But almost immediately after I got there, I regretted it. I was going to make a whole vlog about it, and maybe someday I still will, but it was too fresh when I got home, and then also I signed a contract, and so, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can't say, but anyway. So I quit that gig early, and I came home, and I did not get my travel stipend because I did not complete the gig. So that was a financial thing. And then I also lost out on money because I didn't finish the gig. I got the money that I made while I was there, of course, but it ended up being less than I would have made if I had just stayed here in town. If I just hadn't taken the gig, I would have made more money staying here. And so that was a whole thing that I tried really hard not to beat myself up about, because, I mean, you can't know what's going to happen in the future. You just can't. So it took me a while to get over that, but I came back in the middle of December, and I came home like 2.5 weeks early. So I had already put the podcast on hold because I wasn't going to have time to edit it. I had 8 episodes recorded, I think. I just didn't have time to edit any of them because of the gig that I took. Anyway, I was like, okay, well, I'm already going to push the podcast back anyway. The plan was to edit the new plan. The secondary plan had become to edit during January and start putting it out at the beginning of February. But all of January, I was just like beating myself up over all the money that I lost, and I was also not making any other money to make up for it. So my anxiety was just crushing me for like all of January, up until the week before I was going to launch the podcast. And then that week, I powered through and I edited all 8 episodes, and I put out 5 the first week of February. And ever since then, I've been struggling to keep up with it because my anxiety is just telling me to not do anything. And I am much more comfortable ignoring it and distracting myself with books or movies or television, mostly movies and television. And I'm stopped meditating, even though that had been helping me. I stopped meditating, I stopped stretching because I was injured. I stopped walking for a while because my muscles were being weird. And I didn't want to make it worse by going on my walks, so I stopped doing my walks, even though those had been helping me a ton. And anyway, I was struggling really hard. And now we're in April, and I'm realizing that it's kind of like, I've said this before on my podcast a lot. When I was working at Sonic for billions of years and working in other places, because I always had multiple jobs, I should have turned that way. I told myself, you're always going to be poor, try to be happy. And so I stopped worrying about making money, and I started focusing on acting again. And that was the right call. Money has been pretty tight ever since then, but I've always been emotionally able to handle it, at least. And I think that now I'm going to try to take the same approach with anxiety. I'm going to assume that the anxiety is always going to be there. I can deal with it as best as I can, but it's a part of me for the foreseeable future. So I need to just figure out how to handle that part of myself. And I think rather than trying to distract myself from it, basically run away from all my problems, how I normally do, I think what I need to do is try to embrace it. And that's my new method now, I guess. And it's working so far. I've only been doing it for 2 seconds. But, for example, outlining this video, instead of pushing it off because my anxiety was telling me, if you don't try, you can't fail, even though not trying is its own failure, but whatever. That's what my anxiety tells me about everything I create. It's kind of well, it might suck, but if we push it back, it'll suck later rather than sucking now. And that's kind of not the right call to make. Oh, what's my next point? Oh, I don't remember my next point, but I do want to say that if you also freak out about money the way that I do, feel free to subscribe, and we can freak out together. Wouldn't that be nice? It's always nice to commiserate. It's sort of one of my life's mottos. So yes, as I was saying, outlining this video, I was able to do it because I told myself to just breathe, and that helped. And I know that not everyone can just do that. It's basically like saying, oh, just stop worrying. Oh, are you worried? Just stop. That's all. Are you depressed? Just be happy. It's that obvious. And outlining this video, all I did was breathe, and I kept going, even though, my heart palpitations, my heart was just pounding like crazy, and I wasn't doing anything. All I was doing was planning this video, and my heart was freaking out. So I would just inhale and exhale and keep planning. And eventually I calmed down, and I finished planning this video, and now I'm here recording it. And I'm like, okay, It's not easy, but it is a method I haven't tried before. So, why not try it? So, yes, that's my current plan. Embrace the anxiety. We'll see where this takes me. Let me know if you want to hear more, like, about this journey that I'm about to take with my anxiety. I don't want to talk to y'all about my anxiety if it only makes you feel anxious, you know? So, let me know in the comments if you want to hear more. Also, let me know how you're doing, because I miss you. I haven't been here in so long. Let me know how you are doing. Let me know how you deal with your anxiety. If you have any tips, I'd love to hear them. I'm very open. And in the meantime, I love you, and I have missed you. And I will talk to you soon, because it's not going to be easy, but I am going to try to post videos again, because posting videos makes me happy. So, I will see y'all soon. I won't tell you how soon, just in case I'm wrong. I don't want to lie to you, which is also what I said in that last video, and then I lied to y'all anyway. But I've changed. Things are different this time. New year, new me. It's April. Is it still acceptable to say that? We're done here. I'm done here. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Follow me on the social media if you would like to keep in touch that way also. I am at AJReyesF13 on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you would like to donate to my art monetarily, which I swear, I promise, for show, it is coming. More art is coming. You can donate to me on Venmo or PayPal at AJReyesF13. And I'm always very grateful to see that people believe in me. Whether it's monetary or not, I'm always grateful. So, thank you in advance. And if you do send me some money, let me know in the notes what your favorite thing about yourself is, because I want to know. I feel like I've given you too many assignments. Follow me, subscribe. Let me know if you want to hear more about my anxiety. Send me money and tell me why you like yourself. Sorry, it's too much homework, but I'll give you a sticker if you succeed. Oh, I actually could give you a sticker if you succeed. You can get one of these stickers. Okay, legit. I've gone on too long. I will say bye now. Okay, bye, I love you.